Hey guys, Eden here with a couple of basics for Pilates. Today we're going to focus on the breathing pattern that we want to encourage throughout the Pilates practice. So all you're going to need is a comfortable spot. Take a lay down for me. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your tummy. Feel free to close the eyes down, and we're just going to practice a couple of natural breathing rounds. So without overthinking it, just go ahead and take a few nice full deep breaths for me. We're going to breathe in through the nose, and we're going to breathe out through the mouth. So at the moment, just focus on getting a full breath in, trying to really fill your body up with air. And then a nice full exhale out, completely expelling all of that stale air. Think of your inhale as kind of a nice invigorating breath, refueling the body. And your exhale, a chance just to expel all of that breath and make way for some nice new, clean and fresh air. So let's go ahead and take 2 more breath rounds in through the nose for me. And exhaling out through the mouth. And on this next breath in, I just want you to notice, does your in-breath go more into the chest or more into the belly? So noticing where that natural breath wants to go for you. Some people find that they breathe into their chest. Some people find that they breathe more into their belly. So if you find either of those, keep your hand there. Place the other hand to the side of your ribs. You're going to have the fingertips just coming in towards the center of your sternum, which is the bone right in the middle of the chest, and your palm wrapping around to the side there. So if you're breathing into your belly, I want you to try and stay quiet through your belly. If you're breathing into your chest, try and stay quiet through the upper chest. And let's focus now on directing all of that airflow into your hand that's holding onto the side of the rib. So as you inhale, I want you to imagine that your ribs are almost like an accordion, and they're expanding out to the sides of the room. And as you exhale, we're going to let the ribs connect back together. Nice big breath in through the nose, aiming that air into the lower lobes of your lungs, expanding the side of the rib for now. Nice big exhale out through the mouth, let the ribs connect back together. Keep practicing for me. It might take a little bit of time to connect with this rib cage breathing. You know, it's a new thing that we're trying to teach you, and you'll be used to breathing into your natural area, whether that be belly or chest. So just understand that it's going to be a little bit of a journey and a little bit of a process, but with practice, it'll all start to click into place. Go ahead now and place one hand on either side of your ribs like so. Fingertips just meeting very lightly in the middle, palms wrapping around to the sides of the ribs. I want you to focus now on just the inhale. We're just going to try and expand the hands, so separate the fingers as you breathe in. Stretch the ribs wide. And exhale out through the mouth, let the ribs connect and the fingers reconnect. Take 2 more rounds for me, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Filling your body up with that beautiful air on that in-breath. Emptying the body completely on the out-breath. That's great. Keep practicing your ribcage breathing. Try and regulate your inhale so it starts at a medium strength and it ends at a medium strength. Try and regulate your exhale, keeping it consistent throughout. Keep practicing for me. We're trying to step away from starting strong and letting that breath fizzle out toward the end. Finding that nice, consistent, long breath in, long, deep breath out. Let's try and direct that breath for a couple of rounds just into the left-hand side of your rib. Big breath in, aiming that breath into the left lung. Big breath out, close the left lung back down. One more for that left-hand side for me. Inhale, focusing on directing that breath to the left side of your body. And a nice big exhale, closing that rib back down. Nice. Let's take it to the right hand side. Inhale, expand that right rib out to the side. Staying quiet through the chest, the stomach, and the left side. Exhale, feeling that rib connect back to the center. One more breath in to that right side. Exhale, connect that rib back to the center. Cool, so that's the in-breath explained. So just overrunning it, we're looking to work to breathe into the sides of those ribs. We want to use the lower lobes of our lungs. The reason that we're avoiding a shallow in-breath is because that's not using your lungs to your full capacity. That shallow breathing can actually start to build tension and tightness over the pec muscles and over the traps, so chest and shoulders over time. The reason that we're not using a belly breath in Pilates is because we're going to talk about the exhale next, and we're using that exhale to engage through our deep abdominals. So we're thinking transverse abdominals and pelvic muscles. So if you think about breathing into your belly and also contracting your belly, it can be a little bit counteractive. So let's take a lay down. We're going to focus now on the out breath. I'm going to ask you to place your two hands on your hip bones, fingertips wrapping in towards the center of your pelvis, thumbs meeting at the top towards your belly button, holding a little diamond shape through your palm. We're going to start thinking about the first layer of abdominals, which wraps around your torso like an underbust corset and works as a deep stabilizing muscle for the spine, for your organs, and for your torso. So we're going to practice that nice big breath in, spreading the ribs to the side and also into the mat, so to the back of the room as well. And now as you exhale, I want you to imagine that that corset is lightly wrapping and fastening on around your waistline. And as it does, we just want to feel a gentle hardening of the muscles underneath your palms and fingertips. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let the ribs connect together. Feel the muscles underneath your palms lightly sink and switch on. Breathe in again through the nose. And exhale, allow the ribs to connect together. Sink them heavy into the mat behind you, feeling a gentle sink of the abdomen. Keep practicing for me. Let's take 3 more practice rounds. Breathing in through the nose, expand both sides of the ribs equally. And exhale, using that breath to compress and deflate your body to feel a tightening of your abdominal muscles. Breathing in again. Breathe out, try and make that little bit of awareness and that connection between your breath and your body. One last breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth, finding a gentle bit of warmth through those abdominals. Nicely done. So a couple of things to watch out for when you're using that exhale to contract your abdominals is over-engaging, and you'll know if you're over-engaging those abdominals because you'll start to feel sort of a little doming feeling through the front of your, around where your belly button sits. And what that is, it's your rectus abdominals, so they're the more superficial layer of abs, and they're starting to kind of really tense and almost push out. So what we're thinking about more with that exhale is a nice sink, like you're drawing in that corset, and you could also imagine you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. Then we're going to think about layering that on because we want to start to create some endurance through that abdominal connection so that we can keep the core active throughout our workout. So it's not ideal for us to be contracting and releasing and contracting and releasing. The thought process behind it is that we can stabilize through our torso and then start to move our legs and our arms and kind of keep everything connected and everything nice and stable. So let's practice for a few, keeping your hands on your stomach. A nice big breath in through the nose, expand the ribs to the side and to the back of the room. And as you exhale again, feeling that gentle sink and lift of the abdominals. Now as we inhale again, see if you can keep about 20% of that connection on. So don't let the abs completely switch off. Breathe into the ribs. And breathe out. I want you to see if you can draw in a little bit more, creating a little bit more connection. Inhale, again, keeping about 20% of that abdominal connection firing for me. So it's not completely switching off, you're softening it a little bit. And exhale, drawing in once again. Let's take 2 more breath rounds, just practicing that, breathing in through the nose. Exhale, feeling that corset wrap and shrink around your waistline. Inhale, keep a little bit of corset on, expand the ribs out nice and wide to the side and back of the room. And exhale a little bit deeper, we're gradually building through that abdominal connection. One last time for me, breathing in through the nose. And exhale, feeling a little bit of warmth here through this lower section of the abdomen and the upper abdominal, stabilizing those ribs. Nicely done. So as I mentioned earlier, it can be, quite a tricky thing to wrap your mind around. It's a thing of practice. I relay it through all of my classes. So just work with me. Eventually you have these little aha moments in Pilates where it starts to make sense and click into place. But there's just a little bit of a breathing exercise that you can practice if you're ever feeling a little bit confused, or if you just want a really nice way to wind down from your day. So thanks so much for joining me. There's just a little bit of basic information on the Pilates breath.